Hello there, my fellow degenerates, and welcome back. It's your Queen of Enhancements, Jay, and today I am finally here to draw you guys a picture. Yes, after over 3 months of saying I was going to draw you guys a picture for this channel, it has finally happened. After months of learning what to do, figuring out how to edit a video, losing multiple pictures in the process. I could definitely show a few pictures that I did originally for a video and it did not work. Sad stories, by the way. But now we're finally here. It's happening. I'm super excited. So let's just get into it, and I hope you guys enjoy. Now, at this point, I have only decided I wanted to do something simple and basic as an introductory picture. Just do a little something as I talk about myself as an artist so you guys can get to know me more. And to be perfectly honest, the picture I'm making now is pretty much done at like 2 o'clock in the morning. I've about lost my sanity after having so many problems with this video stuff. So this entire picture is more based on how I feel on the inside of my brain. But I bet there are a lot of you guys who can relate to that. So, in terms of a art style, I would say that my style can typically fall into a combination of realism and a sort of cartoon animation style. Like, this picture is going to be an example of me doing more cartoony animation kind of thing. But usually, when it comes to pictures, when I do cartoony animation, I like to add in details. Like, I love to add in texture. I absolutely love adding in shading. I like making something look as realistic as possible without it necessarily being hyper realistic to the point where you think it was outside. But that would be totally cool if I could do that. I am just not at that skill where I can, but it doesn't mean I can't get there at one point. I will say that my art style has definitely improved over the last few years, especially since I've started taking art more seriously. Like, oh man, it would be really embarrassing if I actually looked back at my pictures when I was 15 and could see like they were terrible. But then at the same time, if I compare them to then and now, then there's a pretty big difference. And I enjoy that. Like, I could put my link to my Instagram in the description below, but if you would go back to like the very beginning of my Instagram, you could see that I don't want to say my art looks terrible. Like, okay, to me it did look kind of terrible, but at the same time, like, it wasn't terrible at all, if that makes any sense. But if you like progress further up, you can see that my art style does get a lot better, which is the important thing. Like, it doesn't matter if you think your art is good or bad. It's more of the question of, do you think you improved on your work, or did you improve as an artist? Now, in terms of a particular art style, I wouldn't say I exactly have one. I would say I'm more of a type that likes to experiment with everything. Like, I'm not really big into TV shows or movies or video games, so like I don't do fan art. I try my hardest not to be stagnant with my art. I try to veer in the many different things, whether it's something I already know how to draw or if I want to draw anything new. I'm definitely the type that likes to just do everything. Like, I can do cute, sexy, like normal, out of there, abstract, like anything isn't off limits, and I just love doing whatever there is. I even like combining things to just make something completely different. I also would describe myself more as a very vivid visionary artist. Like, I know there has to be a ton of artists that have the same thing where they could vividly picture what they want to draw in their head and they can easily draw it. Like, that's me. But I do have an extra bit of oomph to mine because I am what you would call legally blind or visually impaired, or are you sure you can actually see? Yeah, I promise I can see. Can't see great. I can just see enough to where I can actually like do what I need to do. So, yeah, I can see, but my vision still isn't great. So, as an artist, it does affect the way I do it because since I don't have like the vision to say, look at like a piece of something in real life, like I have to stare at it for a very long period of time to like even understand or figure out what is it I'm looking at. I have to figure out like how like the lines at the edges sort of like move into each other. Like the only thing I'm good at seeing is color, and oh my god, y'all, I absolutely love color. Like I do things in black and white mostly, but if I do things in color, I am absolutely happy. Like I have to show you. I have a picture of it somewhere, but I have a packet of 120 color pencils, and to me, that's amazing. I color because like if I can't see anything, like if I can't tell what anything is, like I could definitely tell you what the color is, like, at least what the general color might be, depending on what the color is, because I do get colors mixed up sometimes. I will admit that there is a favorite art style I have. Like I don't do it constantly, but it's the one like art style I do that I absolutely love, and that is creepy art, horror art, gore art that's generally more scary, if that makes any sense. Yeah, I love doing stuff like that. Like, scary art is basically like you can take anything you want, completely make it as unabashedly confusing and out of mind, like, WTF is this kind of thing. Like, if your art can genuinely get a reaction out of people, then you know you absolutely made a solid piece. Like, I have an example of one. I'll try to put it up here, but there is this picture I drew of a woman who, inspired by the bubonic plague, basically has this flesh-eating disease that possesses her body, and essentially it is draining herself of her sanity and her mind, so she's completely unaware of anything going on inside her, anything around her. She's just lost her mind and she's being eaten from the inside out. So it's a pretty dark piece. So when I showed it to people like on social media, like I knew I wasn't going to get like that many reactions from it. But that's totally understandable. I know there's a lot of people that are not into it, but hey, you think that's going to stop me? Absolutely not. I love doing creepy art. It is fun. Maybe I'll start doing more. It'll just be my thing. It'll just be a creepy artist art based channel. That'd be dope. But no, I really like to just experiment with everything. So whatever comes out of this channel, like I'll try to be consistent, but I can't guarantee you that I won't be like all over the place with just trying anything at least once. So, at this point, I'm pretty sure you're wondering about the picture, mostly wondering, hey, what is exactly going on? And the answer is, I actually don't 100% know that because, like I said earlier, I made this at 2 in the morning and I was just about like fed up with everything. So this is more of what I would describe as my last brain cell absolutely just losing its shit. Like, what is happening? What's going on? We need to stop. Everything's going wrong. Send help. God, I make the weirdest analogies to my own art. Or at the very least, I just come up with some wild stories. Like, I had a whole idea for a story with a picture idea for like that was originally going to be for the video, but since I can't get the video anymore, I'd have to just, I don't know, maybe do the picture again, but no, I don't want to. I'll probably just tell you guys stories of pictures of art I do because I always have ideas. So I do want to at least give other YouTubers who are trying to start out their own channel and trying to figure out what to do and like having just as hard of a time as I did. I just want you to know, don't give up, first of all. Even if it takes you months to get out that first official video, just keep trying because believe it or not, even in spite of all of the hard stuff I went through and trying to figure out everything, I actually had a really fun time. Like I I didn't think like editing a video would be super fun, and actually being able to do voiceovers is pretty cool. Coming up with ideas I want to do for the channel is pretty exciting, and like now that I know what to do, I feel super hopeful. So just to other people starting out, like just don't give up on it and just keep trying, even if it takes like 1,000 times or 1,000 takes to do it. Like you can do it. So pretty much at this point, the only question to ask is, what exactly is this channel going to be like in the future? I don't necessarily like making promises towards anything because if I try to make a promise to be consistent, then I would do a very terrible job of keeping my promise, and I don't like doing that, y'all. So, the only thing I will promise is I will promise to keep uploading no matter how long it takes. I will always try to find a new challenge to do. I'll always try to find something new to experiment with. I'll even just maybe just sit down and just draw a picture for you just because I feel like it, you know? Like the possibilities of what I could do for an art-based channel is like it's exciting. It's like more than exciting. It's like, wow, I might actually finally have something to do and I get to actually do something I enjoy. Like sure, I don't get paid for doing it, but hey, I get entertainment out of myself for all of it, and I get to entertain you guys, which is just as important to me as anything. So, I do want to take the time just to say thank you for being patient with me. Thank you for watching what I do have and just showing support, and just thank you in advance if you decide to stick around and show more support as this just continues to be a thing. And yeah, I can't thank you enough for that. So at this point, the picture is just about done, or at least almost. I'm just adding in final details. I tend to get really into my art when I have an idea and I just see more and more things I can do. But at this point, I know I'm done. So I will end it with what I usually like to say. Stay weird, y'all. Being normal's overrated. So, yeah, guys, I hope to see you guys next time, and I hope you really enjoyed watching my madness essentially continue. So, hey, hope it was entertaining. Bye.